How not to end up like me. Okay, I really would like to emphasize this and stress that again. How not to end up like me, poor. Are you one of those people, many people that haven't saved for retirement? Well, you hear that conversation all over the place, and next thing you know, you're in that predicament where you're wondering one day, like, hey, how am I going to retire? I mean, is it just like comes out of like nowhere? Someone hands you a pile of money, and next thing you know, you're fast forward years later, you're all of a sudden sitting with a lot of money. No, it doesn't work that way. You basically have to plan for your future, and a lot of people don't. I know I was never taught money management, and I, made crazy, stupid mistakes. I mean, basically, if someone was out there when I was younger and I learned these things, that would have been wonderful, because then that could have maybe helped me for my future. I had a little small business when I was in my 20s. It was doing okay, and basically, I just basically took whatever money I had and I made and just spent it. I wasn't even like thinking like, if you made X amount of dollars, you have to put a portion of that away and pay taxes and, maybe save it for your future and other things that could come up. And I just basically, again, young, foolish, stupid, and just, like said, hey, I'm going to go out and buy this and spend my money, ridiculous, or go out on dates, etc. My mom at the time just had a small little amount of money that, isn't even a conversation piece. And I got that when she passed away. And honestly, probably like in a few months, I just, blew through that, spent it. Again, it wasn't a lot. And I didn't have anyone who says, hey, don't touch that, save it, save it for your future. So these two things right here, if I just had some smarts and I planned, I would have had, a nice little nest egg at a nice young age in my 20s, but I didn't. I was, again, silly, stupid, and, not planning for my future, which a lot of people don't know. Life goes on very quickly, and next thing you know, you're going to be, that'll be another part of this conversation. So start thinking about tomorrow now. It's really, really important. It's so important that, like I said, it comes on you so quickly that, you're going to be wondering, like, wait a minute, I need a lot of things for a lot of purposes. There are ways to save money. You could buy a cheaper car. You don't have to be that person that's like, hey, like you have a new girlfriend or a friend and you're going to drive around with a lease for $700, $800 a month. Just to impress somebody in the neighborhood and, thinking that, you're somebody that you're not. You're humble yourself. You could get a used car. It'll get you to where you want to go. It'll save you money on gas. Yeah, it may not, cosmetically or not cosmetically, look-wise be what you thought you were going to have, but that's something that you really should be able to accept in life and not, spend your money and, blow through it on, a very expensive car purchase or a rental. I've seen people that I heard, a couple that are leasing two, cars because they needed a car each. And they're going for like the full maximum expensive leases. One person I think was paying $1,000 a month to have a car, and the other one had like a $700 or $800. So they're spending $1,700 approximately just to have two cars. I mean, most people don't even have a mortgage that expensive. And then they're just all of a sudden you found out that they're working 2 or 3 jobs. But basically those 2 or 3 jobs are to pay for this leased car. So there was other ways that they could have saved probably money. Get rid of your cable. I know cable is expensive. $200, $150, $300, all kinds of packages and items that you may want to get. But maybe you're not going to be sitting there all day long or all night or all week watching it. So you're spending this ridiculous amount of money, a lot of money. It's foolish. Go get a plan that's $6, $7, $8. If you want to watch a show, treat yourself, reinforce yourself. Treat yourself maybe once a week to say, hey, for 2 hours, I'm going to enjoy my television program. Not sit there being addicted to sitting there all day and night watching and having every type of, cable outlet at your disposal. Go out, walk, exercise, do those other things, all right? Don't get addicted to your TV, your television. Making meals at home. Wow, how hard is that? I'm sure everyone could think of some simple, basic, easy meals, okay? You don't have to go buy expensive products. You don't have to go out to restaurants all the time. You can basically make one or two things. You'll probably have what's called leftovers, and you'll have that the next day. And guess what? Now you just knocked out 2 meals versus spending ridiculous amounts of money unnecessarily to buy ingredients for, expensive stuff, or buying dinners out and having them delivered, et cetera, et cetera. You want to save money. Again, do that. Consider maybe getting a roommate. What's wrong with that? A roommate's going to help you. You might be on the go. It's nice to have someone around. That money that you're going to get from that roommate, maybe you'll take a portion of that and you're going to put that away. Remember, we're talking about saving some money for maybe your future, your retirement. So how nice if someone's helping you with, say, $1,000 a month towards rent, and you could put $600, for instance, away and put that, like as they say, in a lock and key and not touch it, or get maybe like a financial person and you could give them that after a year, and now you have $6,000, $7,000, and that could go towards your future in a savings plan or an investment or an IRA or whatever it is. So start thinking about these different opportunities that they're sitting in front of you every moment, every day. Be humble for yourself. Jobs. Okay, you know what? You may not be qualified to be the head of, IBM or some big corporation. That doesn't matter. You still might have skills and talent. Even if it's working at a fast food restaurant, you could be working at McDonald's, okay? Let me tell you, I once met someone years ago that worked at McDonald's for like 30 years. I found out, his little minimum wage job, the guy was a multimillionaire. How did he become so rich? Every paycheck, he had a small amount that went from his work into his 401k, and that accumulated and compounded. So while he was making his minimum wage thing, his money was going to work for him. And at the end of X amount of years, everyone in the city that he lived in found out he was like basically a multimillionaire. All right. So, you have these opportunities. So yeah, a job can make you humble. Consider learning maybe a new skill, all right? You could go to a community college. They have a lot of cheap, maybe even free opportunities there for you to learn a skill. You could go online. There's courses, all these different things are opportunities for you to basically, help better yourself. Stop buying excess clothes, unnecessary things, stuff, we call it. Just get what you basically need. Be minimalistic. Get rid of stuff. As I said, buy some food and eat it at home. Be humble. Don't, do what I did. Realize by mistakes that you're going to better yourself. You're going to learn, and hopefully this will shape up a new course in your direction in your life. Take care, guys. Take care, everyone.